Hi, everybody. Welcome to AITA Pod. I'm Danny Vega, joined by Kadu and I can't do it. I'm trying to remix your Barla and Radu and Karla, guys. Wow, because you guys' names are both a little bit uncommon. It's hard to hold in my head. I guess Karla's not that weird.
You should have done Udar and Alrak.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, there you go.
I like that. It's good to see you guys.
Great to be seen.
I have a big update for some longtime listeners. Sarah and I used to always have these giant cookies in New York. You guys heard of Levain? They invented these tremendous cookies with gooey interiors.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I've been cooking. I'm learning some domestic skills now. I'm actually kind of I'm not getting good yet, but I'm like learning. And I made Levain style cookies. And I gave them to people, and it made them really happy.
Aww.
And it made me happy. And I ate some too.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I know, first the couch, then the paintings. Now he's baking.
Those are your cookies. Did you bring those
wife.
last night?
I did not bring them last night. No.
Because there was some big cookies around.
No, but those are big and flat.
Oh.
These are like thick. They're
like
at least an inch thick. It's like a cookie loaf.
Whoa.
Yeah, and the inside's gooey. But see, what pissed me off is you order Levain, they come crunchy and old, and they're not warm still.
Yeah.
You need that gooiness.
What you want to do
reheat it?
is you go to a Chili's or a Sizzler, you get you a Pizookie.
I do love Pizookie.
Wait, the
I love a
Pizookies are
Pizookie.
what is that one? Is it BJ's?
Yeah, or whatever. Yeah, because I guess they changed based on where you are in the U.S.
So good with a vanilla ice cream, just sends it.
You go to BJ's and you get an entree, an appetizer, and a Pizookie for like $16.
Freaking deal.
Let's go.
The other thing I was telling Radu about, and I don't know if we talked about this, Karla, but I have this theory of a classic joke. And I know some people are saying like, I hate when Danny's comedy friends go to Comedy Town. Shut up. Fine.
Oh, I thought that was the point.
This is about a thing which is like, if it's a woman's birthday, you always say like happy 27th birthday or whatever, because you don't want to, it's a classic joke. She knows that you don't really think she's 27.
Right.
Because she's my mom. So how could she be 27? That would be crazy.
Yeah.
That means I had her. That makes no sense.
That's weird.
But it's just a joke you make because you make it, because that's the situation. I'm trying to think of another example.
I make up my own.
I get it.
I do whenever someone tells me any amount of time that's passed. They're like, I've been this for 14 years. I go, oh, you're almost done. No matter what it is.
Got it. Yeah, you're
We've
almost
been
done.
married for 7 years. Oh, you're almost done.
Yeah.
And it just always works.
Yeah. There's a great joke by a comic, Andy Sandford, and he says, he's like telling a story, and he was like, yeah, during this time I was really going through a rough patch, which I'm still currently in.
Yeah.
Which is kind of an inverse of your joke.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I don't know why I thought you were going to say Andy Samberg. There's a Lonely Island version of that joke somewhere.
No, that's a totally different guy, but he gets really annoyed when people call him that.
Understandably so.
Of course.
What I say is happy 20th anniversary of your 21st birthday or something like that.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
That's a kind of a restatement. I'm just trying to think of other
But
social.
a play on an old classic.
Yeah, yeah. More math.
Yeah, or like at a wedding, you might say, I can't wait till the next wedding. It's just like
That. That.
it's going to come up given the situation, and it's not hacky because it's like so like obvious. It just kind of comes with it. It's part of
a timing thing.
Do
It's a
those feel
timing
like-
thing.
Do those
Maybe
feel
when
like
someone
bad jokes?
offers you like an egg, and you're like, I'm trying to quit. You ever seen that? Where like you offer someone anything.
egg?
You offer someone something innocuous.
I'm trying to quit.
Hey,
Yeah.
you want to read this magazine? I'm trying
No,
to
that
cut
feels
back.
like a dad joke. Like when moms say, what's the price of this? Oh, there's no tax, so it must be free.
Must be for
See, it must be free. That crosses into hack for me because that's just annoying. It's too frequent. I think the frequency
I guess
level
you're
is
right.
important.
Yeah, okay.
So anyway, I wake up one day, I'm in a haze. It's like I haven't talked to anyone. I'm just like, I'm listening to my music, and it's like, and the trash guy stops me. Like he just kind of stops me, and I'm like, what the fuck is trash? And then he goes, I know what you're gonna say. And then he grabs a dirty old mattress on the street and he goes, but I got here first. And so I was like, oh yes, and this. And I was like, you bastard, that's mine, which he like loved.
Yeah.
And then I was like, how often do you like do this joke, man? And he goes, every day. And I was like, that's a classic trash man joke.
Yeah.
I love that.
You know?
Yeah.
That's great.
Fucking
That's someone who has
classic.
fun with their job.
Yes, he's having fun
Yeah.
out there, you
Mhm.
know?
And the fact that he admitted that he does it every day is amazing too, because he's just like, yeah, this is what I do.
What else are you gonna do? You know, it's that or
Right.
smell the trash. I guess you still smell it. You know?
But what you don't know is that every time he does it, he actually does keep that
He
item
has a
and put
giant,
it in his
he's
garage.
a hoarder. He's a hoarder.
Crabs.
Oh my God, I read this random Reddit post. It's been stuck in my head all week. I don't know why, but it was about a guy. Because I guess usually when I think of a hoarder, do you guys imagine someone who lives alone, like a recluse?
Yeah, I mean, does multiple cats count as alone?
Yes.
Usually that.
Yes.
I don't necessarily think that because I think two hoarders can live together.
Well, I guess when I
I've seen it, I've seen
imagine,
it.
and so this was a story about a husband whose wife is a hoarder.
And he's not.
And he's not. No, he's not. No, and it's a nightmare because but I liked it because he was going into like the things she likes to acquire. And one of her like categories was camping gear and towels. Those were her like two like kind of hit. He's like, we're a family of 4 and we have 30 towels. I was like,
That doesn't feel like, I mean, that's a lot.
that's a lot,
That's
Karla.
a lot, but I wouldn't count that hoarding level.
30?
Yeah.
Okay, let's just do the numbers on this. That's about 8 towels per person.
Mhm.
I think that's,
Are
well,
any of them beach towels?
let's say one beach towel per person.
Okay.
It's
Are
like
any of them cleaning towels?
it's just slightly
No,
above average if you break it down to per person. Actually.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think
Another-
30
another
is like
thing was
the top number
They
you
collect
could do
camping
before it
gear.
gets weird.
4 tents. And she goes, we've camped maybe twice in the last 10 years. We have 4
She loves
tents.
the-
Are they
camping.
4 one-person tents?
Carla, I don't know what to fucking tell you. This person was a hoarder by account of their husband.
Yeah.
Nobody needs 4 tents.
I guess a hoarder to me, as somebody who watches extreme TV, it's like, I have 70 tents and I have never gone like camping. I have 4,000 towels, all have holes in them. Don't need these anymore. That's hoarding to me.
I think hoarding becomes like TV worthy when there's walkability.
When there's sickness.
Walkability
Yeah.
is an issue in the home.
Yeah.
Can we walk through your home?
My best friend's dad is a hoarder
I
and
hate
he
us.
hoards electronics and instruments and anything that he's gone to any art show or anything and he's like, oh, I could use this at another festival that I throw. Oh, I could do this.
And are we at walkable levels?
They used to not be. So the house, he had designated hoarder spaces. So like they lived in a 3-bedroom house, 2 of the bedrooms full where you couldn't walk through it, full of stuff. He has like 17 tambourines and shit like that.
Right.
Now they live in a big house where above the garage, he has his own studio. It's a
Okay.
2-car garage. The whole upstairs of that area, his to hoard in. So they're managing the hoarding to a degree, but it's still a lot of stuff that I'm like, I don't think you need 4 didgeridoos.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on your space level too, right? If you have a freaking Costco, you're kind of good. Like, good luck hoarding to that thing. But most people live in normal size places. you
Yeah, but
know?
is it still hoarding?
Well, I think it's like kind of an American or let's say Western phenomenon to call it hoarding even. 'Cause
Hoarding is like collect.
if you're in like a depraved enough of a situation, country, civil war, whatever, they're like, yeah, of course he needs all that shit. Anything could go down at any
Anything.
second.
Yeah.
And then we all got to go
Well,
to old man
prepping-
David or whatever.
Prepping is kind of hoarding's cousin.
It's
right?
literally, yeah.
You know, and I'm obsessed. I'm in the prepping subreddit all the time, and these guys are just always. I mean, and honestly, I'm like a connoisseur of it. So like, somebody will be like, "This is my prep stash," and it's like 30 cans and 8 gallons of water. I'm like, you are dead, dog. I'm not even gonna bother killing you.
Yeah.
There's preppers who have hundreds of gallons. Like, bro, you're someone that if someone's like, "Oh, I got one. We got a stash." It's like, bro, what? What is this?
My favorite is when they're like, they're not just like, we're preparing for the apocalypse or whatever. They're like, we did this with credit cards and we believe the system will fail by 2015. So like, or whatever, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they used to show documentaries of those guys right before 2012.
Yes. Oh my God. Did
If
we
you-
talk about this?
I don't know if we've ever talked about it, but I used to watch them all the time. They're like, we'll see who's right. 'Cause
Wait, what's with the credit card? I don't understand the credit
they
card
thought
part.
the world's gonna end, or
So
the
they racked up
financial
credit card
system.
debt?
So they're like, "What? Who cares if we have $90,000 worth of debt or some shit?"
That was
you
a
know what I mean?
wife swap episode I just watched. Literally, a
I
week
see why your
ago.
standard for hoarding is so high because we're at it has to be on TV for you,
Yes,
which is
yeah.
pretty
Hoarding,
high.
yeah.
That's what I'm
like-
saying.
A lot of shit can ruin your life that is not TV worthy. I promise
I'm
you.
sure, I'm sure, but you know, I feel like so. Yeah, the family was literally like doomsday preppers. They were like, the Mayan calendar says that, or Aztec calendar. I think it was Mayan calendar. They say that it's going to end at December 12th, 2012 or something like that.
Well,
so they had all this debt that they collected.
We got a line of credit from Kohl's.
Kohl's cash. We're Kohl's rich. Kohl's will hold strong. Everything will be in shambles, but Kohl's will hold on.
Do you know what my problem is? Like, even with living in California and having kits, emergency kits, like earthquake kits and stuff like that. Like during COVID and stuff, I started to be like, oh, maybe I should have a kit. Maybe I should have my few gallons of water to like hold over until you figure out the rest or whatever. My problem is I have all these cans of soup, things of water. 2 weeks later, I gotta go grocery shopping, and I'm like, or I could just use this. It's already here, and then I consume it.
The emergency is my current life. Well, guys, we got a great little episode for you today. Our second story of the day: AITA. If I refuse to donate my PTO to a coworker, I know will die. But first. This one got some disagreement. I don't know, especially I don't know what Babu is going to say on this because he loves a good scam. AITA for asking a kid in a record store to put back a rare record because I knew he was just going to resell it. Last weekend, I'm still wondering if I was out of line. I-32M was at a local record shop. I hit it up pretty often. Small spot, real community vibe, lots of regulars. While I'm flipping through crates, I overhear this kid, maybe 20, on FaceTime with his mate. He's holding an original UK pressing of Mad Villainy. Rare as hell these days, especially in good condition with original PIAS hype sticker on it. I don't know what that means, but it sounds legit. He's saying stuff like, bro, this goes for like 200 pounds easy on eBay. LOL, should I cop? I switched to British.
I like that.
Decent condition too, still got the hype sticker. Now look, I get the hustle, but something about it just rubbed me wrong. This wasn't some flipper event or a record fair. It's a small indie shop. The owner priced it low, 50 pounds on purpose. What is it called? Is it euro? Pounds.
Pounds, yeah.
Because it's the kind of place that tries to hook up real collectors. So I said, probably with a little salt, hey man, if you're just grabbing that to flip it online, maybe leave it for someone who actually wants to listen to it. He laughs awkwardly like, I mean, that's not really your business. After a minute or two of awkward, he put it back and left without buying. And yeah, I bought it.
Nice.
50 pounds for a record I've been after for years. Not to flip, not to stick on a wall. It's spinning in my flat right now. Okay, enough of the British shit. Like, shut up, flat. Later, the shop owner, who knows me, just kind of laughed like, bit savage, mate. But he's Australian for no reason. Bit savage, mate. My mate says I was totally in the wrong. I said I basically bullied a kid out of a record just because I got there late and didn't want to pay eBay prices. So AITA for stepping in and copying it myself. And then he posted a picture of the record. No, we believed you.
Is it on here?
Yeah.
Oh,
we didn't need a picture.
It's an MF Doom record.
We totally believed you, bro.
Oh, I see.
Who is?
Oh, it says post image upgrade to premium. Should have paid for the plan, bro. But yeah, I have a strong take on this, so hit me with it.
Oh, you want to hear us first?
Well, yeah, I mean, we could hear mine. We just heard me. I mean, for me, I'm like, yeah, you said something to a guy. It was true, and he didn't do it. So I don't understand. What's the issue?
Yeah, I think it's interesting that he was all like white knighting this store, and then the store owner was like, who cares? Like, people are going to do it whether you know it or not. It feels very, back in my day, like that's how this guy kind of came off, which is like.
Do you guys like ticket scalpers?
I understand it.
Yeah.
We all understand. I understand
It's the grift economy, baby. Like, that's where the money's made. Did you ever work for a company that wasn't involved in some kind of vague grifting?
No, of course.
It's capitalism.
It's all of it. But there's some part of it where you're like, oh, because we're all doing this, because we're all of this mentality, we've artificially inflated the price of things that at some point were novel prices. And now at some point you've actually priced out entire demographics from enjoying this thing or whatever.
Of course.
Poor kids used to go to baseball games all the time. Now you're like, maybe a shitty regular season game when your baseball team is
how much is a shitty the most basic game at Dodger Stadium?
I don't know.
When I looked it up,
probably 60 to 70
that's crazy.
bucks.
I'm not gonna pay $60.
Yeah, and there's 80 of those games. They used to be, I mean, like not that long ago, under 20 years ago, there would be like general admission for $1 at like most baseball
I
games.
thought it was a little more
Anyway,
reasonable.
the part of it is obviously inflation, the economy, the price of things going up. The other part is just the fact that like huge swaths of tickets will always be bought. I don't care if it's a baseball game, a Taylor Swift concert, whatever, by some motherfucker whose whole job it is to put a percentage on that and then resell that product. Now, I hate this thing that we all go down to like, well, we all got to eat. So everyone's got kids. Go work for the government. I'm not trying to hear that shit. Get a post office job because you're ruining society with your "we all got to eat" nonsense. And that's what this guy is feeling towards this record kid.
Interesting.
I feel that.
He's like, you could be at a fucking warehouse right now learning about how your spine is going to hurt in 10 years or whatever. Instead, you're over here fucking up my hobby. With your need to...
people are trying to get by, bro. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, some people don't want to work in the warehouse. I don't see you working in a warehouse.
Here's what I say to the people trying to get by. Get together. If you want a better deal, organize with one another because you're not going to get it by yourself, scrimping and scraping.
I don't know, bro. For me, this is toxic optimism.
I mean, I feel like there's somewhere in between. Like I always say, I feel like I understand both sides of this as somebody who wants nice things for an affordable price. And I do think that we should be allowed to have that without having to fucking jump through hoops, because in the world we live in now, you can still have affordable things, but you got to figure out how to fucking get them. Like
it's like a whole
cash
thing.
back on fucking gas apps and taking out credit cards to get airline miles when you spend the money you're going to spend anyway. Like we have to do all of these tricks and trades to get the price that it should just fucking be. And a lot of times people don't have the resource to do that or the mentality or the space to figure it out. So like, I get it. And then I'm also like, people go to thrift stores, get all the brand name clothes that people donate and then resell it. And that I feel like is fucked up, but
what else are you supposed to do? I mean, I feel like what you're saying, because I don't feel like we really probably disagree on this, because you're kind of saying like unionize all those things. And I'm like, yeah, those are big picture things. But like for your average Joe Schmo, like it's not really on the table. I have a good example. There's a guy on TikTok who says this isn't scalping. And what he does is he'll buy literally 1,000 Lego sets. And he'll hoard them. And not by Karla standards, by Danny standards.
100 is a lot. That's hoarding.
He will then, he says he waits like a year or two, and then you can sell them on Amazon for, I guess, like 50% markup, which is a great ROI.
Yeah, he'll try to tell you that's investing. But you use the word hoarding there very like...
Well, hoarding, I'm joking. But
descriptively. No, it's not. I don't think it's... I think it's a joke, but it also like, if someone did that with stocks, with any other assets, we would be like burned on the cross for calling that hoarding.
Well, that's what stocks are for. I mean, a stock is an intangible, but like, to me, I'm like, look, I'm not going to say that this is a legitimate business. To me, it's a form of scalping. Is it wrong? I'm like, I don't care.
It's called speculation. It's speculative activity.
It's absolutely speculative. And also you still need a good amount of money in order to do that. So that to me feels dirty, is like, if you already have the amount of money to do that and you're buying 100 Lego sets, that's like thousands of dollars.
I mean, to me, it's
waiting a year to maybe make money.
It's a form of scalping, really. I'm like, is it legit? I mean, I don't particularly like it. I don't respect it, but you're grifting to make money, and that's just what it is now. I mean, I have my own opinions about what stocks are and the nature of most. I mean, look, if you're making money and not doing any work, it's like, where do you think that's coming from? It's coming from someone.
In a system of winners and losers, if you're making money, you're literally winning by absorbing dynamism. You're taking dynamic energy out of the system and going, no, for me, I've done this. And look, the one caveat while you were talking, I kind of realized, I was like, a record store is not really the entry point for music. It's really where collectors go to be masturbatory or whatever. Because if some kid was like, I couldn't get into MF Doom because I didn't have $50 to, steal that shit. You're supposed to steal every fucking song you've ever listened to. But there is something about like, all right, if you want to enhance your fandom and get to the next level, this is only accessible to the rich anymore, Like there used to be poor people that collected cars. That was a trope. You'd be like, yeah, fucking redneck's got 9 cars in front.
Yeah.
That will never happen again ever while we're alive. Because the supply and demand factors basically necessitate that you're like, no, that's a fucking moving stock right there.
Right.
Everyone has to understand the...
Well, everything's gotten tight. Money's gotten a lot tighter for everyone. I mean, it's crazy. Nonetheless, I don't think there's anything wrong with this. I'm like, yeah, you said something to a kid, and yeah, maybe he wouldn't have said it to an older guy, but I'm like, yeah, so he's a kid, and you scared him off, and that's it. It's life.
Complete nothing interaction.
I wonder what
It's a
that
nothing
kid is
interaction.
thinking. I wonder how this has impacted the kid since then. I wonder if he still thinks about that and considers it whenever he's about to like buy something to sell it.
Well, I don't think it's like, I mean, there is a spectrum, and you're right. Like, there's a guy here who does what you just said, which is like, I mean, there's a line, but like, yeah, he thrifts. He thrifts to find
Sure.
interesting shit to resell at a huge markup.
Yeah, that's like estate sales even. People
You
do
know,
it
is
all
that
the time.
wrong? I'm just like, to me, that's
Storage wars.
There's curation. Wow, we're really on a TV kick with you today.
I
There's
love
like
TV.
curation, right? Because it's like, well, if you trust him and trust his taste, that's kind of cool. But like for me, the Lego thing is like kind of farther toward the scalper spectrum, you know, where it's like you're not really adding anything.
Look,
Well, that feels like collectible people who keep their collectibles in boxes to sell them like 20 years down the line, like that.
Yeah, collector. That's kind of That's
it's also something about the fact that like he made his intention public. You know what I mean? If this guy's not FaceTiming, the kid's
yeah.
not FaceTiming.
That's true. Isn't it kind of an asshole move to be like, oh, I found a deal on our space bag?
It's what-
Well,
tell
we don't
people-
go to Walmart and then look up the price somewhere else on our phones and be like, well, it's cheaper at this other
Yeah.
place.
Well, no, but that's not looking it up. He's on FaceTime.
yeah. That's
He's
what I
like,
mean.
hey, bro.
I just mean like we're not hiding the intention that we just want the best deal.
Yeah, yeah.
and we're
Yeah, but
gonna
he
do whatever.
broadcasts his intent
Yeah.
to flip, and it's like, well, yeah, and then someone called you out. Like, you were stupid enough to
Right.
broadcast. You weren't being discreet.
Oh, that's what you were saying.
Because I drive to this. It's like I have friends of a lot of different kinds of politics. And people go, how can you hang out with people with bad politics? You go, well, the people that I hang out with that are conservative or whatever, they are kind of ashamed of it because they know it's sort of a self-serving ideology or like this is much more in my
Sure.
self-interest or something. What we all hate are the ones who are like loud about it. And they're like, I want to be greedy and you should be fine with it. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
right,
that's when it's
right.
fucking annoying.
yeah.
So it's like you're allowed to be a self-serving piece of shit, but you got to be quiet about it.
At least don't say it.
Yeah, that's where the social contract comes in, and people are like, "Well, now I'm allowed to be like, I'm going to organize people against you to eat your family or whatever, you know,
Yeah.
or make you
Right.
think that's the threat or whatever it is."
Right.
Well, that's what makes this kid 19 or 20. He doesn't have a frontal lobe developed yet. So
That's
he
fair.
hasn't learned that yet. And this guy just taught him that. Next time, he's not going to say it out loud. He's just going to buy the record and go buy a business.
Only cost him 150 quid.
It's one of those things you don't say. Nonetheless, AITA for asking a kid in a record store to put back a rare record because I knew he was just going to resell it. Say no assholes here.
No,
And-
Oh, I was going to say, imagine this was just one giant grift where like the 19-year-old was actually working for the record store and the record's only worth $25.
I know, just he's there to make the prices higher. The OP actually edited it and said he brought the record back, and I'm like, bro, you need to grow a spine.
Why
Who
did he
cares?
bring it back?
I don't know. It's like
After
no.
he's like, I already listened to it, so I'm done with it.
I actually don't even like hip hop music. I just
We're on a big capitalism episode, guys. Please rate, review, subscribe. Give me 5 stars on whatever.
Give him 6.
Give me 6 if you can. You know, join on Patreon. 300 or 250 plus bonus episodes. We love to see it. Come on, guys, join, please.
Help him.
Do it.
Help him hoard followers.
Yeah, I'm hoarding. I think it's pretty walkable in here. Okay.
Oh my God, I'm so happy you have things to walk around in here.
I think we do. I think retail therapy is a form of hoarding. And I realize it's just such a myth. It's the anticipation of the thing, but then I always get the thing and I'm like, another thing. Just a thing. Doesn't do much.
Yeah. You get a lot of horse stuff.
Yeah, I do like horses.
That's nice.
They're
So
funny.
you related to the horse breeding earlier.
Yeah.
That's in
I
our
like the
bonus
horse
episode.
breeding freelancer. That was on the bonus episode. So you got to pay to listen if you want to hear about this shit. But I like a horse because I think they're funny because they're bigger than us, but then they're docile.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like
What
there's
does docile really mean?
docile. Like you can, if you yell at a horse, it'll be like sad.
Oh,
Kind of the opposite of
I feel
aggressive.
I feel like horses are very aggressive and can take
Horse-
control at any moment that they
They
want.
can be, but like compared to like let's say like a rhino or something that you
Oh
can,
my
you
God.
can never domesticate. Or
Gotcha.
Compared to a rhino, bro. Compared to a goose.
hippos look friendly.
True.
Everyone's like, oh, that's
Yeah.
a fun like whatever, and they kill people all the time or
Dude,
something.
hippos are fucking awesome.
Yeah,
a
they're
hippo can
cool.
just straight up crunch a watermelon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should be how we put people to death.
That I'd watch
Death
that.
by
It's not-
hippo?
yeah.
Hungry hippos.
We have this like bullshit lethal injection firing squad where like feed it to them. Like people will do less
Yeah.
crime.
Hippos also have no credits besides hungry hippos. Nobody talks about them.
Well, you know
What
what?
else?
Actually, I do think hungry hippos is a form of hoarding as well.
The game.
Because, what do you mean? Go on.
The whole point
the
is
hippos
to
are hoarders.
hoard all
No, but
the,
do
the
hippos have
pellets.
any other credits? Nobody talks about hippos.
They use mud as like sunscreen or something. They're like one of those animals.
but they have no pop culture.
What about
I see
fucking
what you mean,
Mudang?
Oh yeah, Mudang
The
is.
baby hippo.
Mudang, that was big for hippos.
Yeah,
that was
She still
huge.
is.
We're on the map.
I fucking love her. She's all like little and slimy and like wet all the time.
What if that
So
was that
cute.
the guy's dream job from the Patreon episode? His whole job is to hunt and kill Mudang.
Oh no!
He's trying to make a Mudang mukbang.
Mudang
my
mukbang. That's fun.
God.
AITA, if I refuse to donate my PTO to a coworker, I know will die. I work healthcare. Our department's close knit, not much drama or beef. One of our ladies has cancer. Docs haven't given her the absolute certainty she's terminal, but with her age and other issues, she's gonna croak. Everyone's been very supportive, but we all know where this is going. We are not fond of each other, but I keep it professional and I've expressed my feelings of sadness for her situation. Many of the hospital staff, nearly everyone in our department, has donated paid leave for her to take time off and spend with her family. She used hers regularly and has almost none, apparently. Except me. I haven't donated PTO. People ask why, and yeah, I just don't want to. I feel like it's throwing it away for an outcome I'm all but certain will happen. I'm not saving it for any particular reason. People in her circle have started talking about how I'm not actually sympathetic to her situation and mumbling little things here and there. I usually just tell them straight up it's a waste for me to give it to someone who I don't believe will give them more time to live. Just spend what time you have left with family and friends and be thankful. I'm unaware of her finances and frankly, doesn't concern me. My employer isn't making it known who donates. Is just a group of people that started a sign-up sheet type of thing for her, probably to be given to her later. And yeah.
Woof.
Yeah, this is a weird one.
I thought it was such a no-brainer.
I mean,
Really?
oh really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Donate right away.
Easy.
That's your
I'm not
move?
going to give my answer. I want you
I
guys to
feel
figure
like
it
I
out.
know Danny's answer, and I'm just gonna go ahead and be me and say that, like, I'm thinking about the different layers of this.
Yeah.
Are we judging? Because I feel like she's kind of being an asshole here. I don't think it's an asshole move to not give up your PTO. That shit's yours. But I think it's an asshole for you to be like, well, she's gonna die anyway, when in reality, you don't want to fucking give up your PTO. You literally just said you don't like her. I don't think it's a personal thing, like her liking her, but it's like you don't want to give up your PTO.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what
You
it
wanna give
is.
her
It's not about
PTO.
her dying or not.
No further questions.
So
It's my
stop saying
PTO.
it.
I don't like her, and that's it. I don't have to give it
Yeah.
up. Why doesn't the fucking hospital give her more days?
But then for her to be like, just enjoy what you have left with your family and friends. It's like, while she's at work, like you got no PTO.
Well, I think she's explained that to us, but she didn't say that to anybody. She doesn't sound like she actually did anything bad.
Why is
She's
this woman working? Quit your job.
Do banks
Health insurance,
like
maybe?
when you go and take out like crazy loans? Do banks like verify if you have cancer or something?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Okay, because that's
I think
the
that's
move.
illegal. Yeah, you can't be like medical
illegal.
records.
When I'm
Yeah.
terminal, I'm gonna die in 6 months. Who gives a shit?
They won't know.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
I'm
you're
like,
saying rack it up.
why are you making your secretary coworker be like, give me one of your 10 days?
Take out 10 credit cards.
Your
Yeah,
debt goes
take
to
out 10
people.
credit
Okay, I almost told this story, so I'm
Your
gonna tell
debt
it.
goes to
There's
someone after
there's
you
this
die.
Russian comic I knew, and I think he floundered as a comic because he didn't actually enjoy making people laugh. He liked to make people upset, which
Sure,
should
yeah,
be a
yeah.
thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't like
And
that.
anyway, what this guy did was he's Russian as fuck, and he just got like 10 credit cards, did the max cash advance, and that's it. And he just ruined his credit for like 20 grand. And I'm like, I kind of love that.
What
Well,
did he do with the money?
Just used it.
Just used it. Also, he only ruined his credit for 7 years. That's another fun
Yo,
fact.
that's not a bad deal.
You
That's
can
a long
get
time.
you can get all like if you contact all of them or something or whatever,
Yeah.
stuff can be removed from your credit report after a certain
7
amount
years.
of
You
time.
can
Yeah.
also just file for bankruptcy.
Yeah, I think that's bankruptcy.
Yeah.
But 20 grand will not last you 7
20 grand's not 7 years.
No, not at all.
I just I agree with you, Karla. Her reasons aren't great. I would just it's as simple as this. It's my PTO and conversation. I don't have to explain it. And for me, this always goes back to the system. I'm like, yeah, you work for a hospital, which has much money and so they don't make an exception.
Mhm.
So why is it on me? Why is it not fucking on me? It's not on me.
I mean, the other thing being that you literally get 2 weeks out of a fucking year.
Crazy.
I'm not giving that up. If I'm working full time, that's taking away from my time with my friends and
Exactly.
family, with my kids, my vacation
Exactly.
to Puerto Rico. Like, ma'am, I'm sorry, but no. I would be this woman, not in the way that she's approaching it, but I definitely would be like, you know, people are like, we're donating our PTO. I'd be like, oh my God, that's so nice of you guys.
I would Larry David it. I would make up a lie that like could blow up in my face, but would make like, why aren't you donating your PTO? Oh, I have to use that PTO to go to a different country to donate my kidney
There you go.
to my relative. So honestly, if I don't use the PTO, it's like we're killing two people.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous of you guys that are able to donate. I really
Right.
can't.
Good. I mean,
I actually have no kidneys. I donated both. I do dialysis. It's extremely painful.
I mean, not to mention the emergency factor. Anything could happen to you where you're going to fucking need that PTO as well.
and you know the hospital's not going to hook you up. They're going to make you ask for your friends to donate.
I think
they're like, sorry, you already gave Mary
I'm gonna get in
her
trouble for this,
PTO.
but I'm just gonna say it. I think a lot of healthcare people are kind of in. It's very there can be not all healthcare people, but like it's a self-sacrificing thing, and it's like no, I don't have to sacrifice myself. Like I don't.
Yeah.
You already
Yeah.
are by being a healthcare worker.
I know, right? I think that's enough.
Also, so many people are not a healthcare worker at all for other people. They're there because they're like, look, it's a brutal job that most people don't want to do.
Yeah.
So it's paid a little better than other similar work.
Mm-hmm.
It's real. I know someone who is like whatever. You know, there's all these like there's all these weird ones like physician's assistant. There's like a bunch of weird riffs on like nurse and shit. They should be
One
nurse and
takes you
doctor.
10 years to
Yeah.
make a bunch of
Yeah.
money.
Yeah,
And the other one's like, yeah, I got 3 certificates. and
Right.
But
I
what's
went
fucked
to
up?
It's like
university doesn't exist
assistant
anymore.
to the physician assistant.
What's fucked up is the
And
physician
these
assistant
people-
is basically the doctor.
Yeah.
No, but
No, they do.
I'll give you
When
this. An
you're
RN.
Medi-Cal, you're seeing a physician's assistant half the time.
Yeah. Or an RN.
I'm not
or
saying
something.
like knowledge-wise. I'm saying when you go to the
Oh, that's
the
what you pay to
hospital,
see.
they
Practical
should be getting
outcome.
paid what doctors get paid because they're doing what the doctor would be doing.
As
Yeah.
someone who's had 2 surgeries, I love when my surgeon is just like, I always say like, is this interesting at all to you? And they're like, no, this is so boring. I've done like 15,000 of these.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
please do it to me, daddy.
Yeah. That's
Just
the best
fix
one.
me.
Just be on
No,
auto.
and then my surgeon recently said this, and I was like, fuck you. He goes, I remember your nose. I was like, no, you don't. You liar. You told me you did 15,000. There's no way.
But you were recent, so it's just like if
Wasn't
you
that
were like
recent?
10 years ago.
It
it'd be
was
like,
3 months ago. I'm like, you remember my nostril, bro?
Yeah.
Like, eat one of my boogers then, you fucking liar. Don't try to flatter me. And then he's
Who
always-
said he remembered it for a good reason?
Yeah, what if he was like, it was a fucking crazy
No,
nose,
that's what he
dude.
said. He's like, yeah, it was really bad. I was like, you didn't say that. No, but he's saying that after. He didn't
Yeah,
say
yeah.
it before.
What he didn't tell you is that when you were under, he actually looked at your penis, and that's what he remembers.
No, actually, I did have some weird soreness after. It was kind of sus.
Oh my god.
No, and then what else did he say? Oh yeah, every time he looked at my nose, he's like, perfect. I'm like, okay, we get it.
That's
You did
aggressive.
good.
Yeah,
Like, what do
yeah.
you want? What do you want from
He's
me?
like, you don't understand.
I'm actually, this is kind of embarrassing, but I've actually really been picking my nose a lot since then. Because it's kind of like, you know, you're in
new.
there. Yeah, it's new. It's new.
Wow.
I've got different kind of boogies. Anyway, sorry, there's people who hate boogers. But what were we talking about?
PTO.
Yeah, why is it on her? Come on. Enough. Like the hospital should make an exception or whatever. She's not even officially dying yet.
I'll help you steal from work, but I'm not giving you my time off. That's crazy.
Do we
crazy.
feel like this is equivalent to like when people shame you for not donating to the flowers for condolences or something like that, or like a birthday gift and stuff like that? You know,
I
like
know
work
it.
will be like, we're
I got
gathering $20 each.
I think it's equivalent to when you know when you go to the big grocery store and they say, would you like to donate to kids? Round up to donate to. Why don't you round up?
Yeah.
How come I gotta round up?
Yeah.
I don't have a whole store. If I had this much shit in my house, Karla would call me a hoarder. You have it all here for sale. You're making money.
That's right.
Yep.
It's like, it's ridiculous.
This is a great point.
AITA, if I refuse to donate my PTO to a coworker I know will die. I actually kind of do. I actually think you nailed it, Karla. I think some people struggle to just be like, no, I don't want to do it.
It's not
Period.
happening.
Yeah.
And then they keep talking.
That's what makes it.
Yeah.
And that's what makes them sound like an asshole. I'm like, no, all you have to say is like, I don't want to, and it's
Yeah.
mine.
Yeah.
But I'm still at no. I'm at no assholes here. She's not an asshole for
You're not
dying
an asshole.
or being going to be dead. It's unfortunate. No assholes here.
No assholes yet.
No assholes yet. I like that.
R.I.P.
Nay, no assholes yet. Nay, it's like a horse.
Yeah.
There we go.
R.I.P. to a future legend, though.
Now this one is great. I feel like we've come here before because what do? We did the one with the little mannequins.
Oh, the clowns.
The clown mannequins.
yeah,
that was a
porcelains.
great one. This one is kind of similar. Guys, please rate, review, subscribe. Join me on Patreon. Patreon.com/AITA pod. 250 plus bonus episodes. Lots of juicy juice in there. Some Radu historical facts. Some Karla dating stories.
If you join Patreon, you will see Danny neighing like a horse on all fours.
Yeah, I mean, that can be arranged.
That's on Hatreon.
It's already on
That's
there.
on Patreon. Wow, that's the worst joke I've ever heard Radu
I'm
make.
trying to catfish
The
them
man
into
misses. The man
Patreoning
misses.
you.
I thought he couldn't miss. All right, we're gonna wrap up. AITA for telling my girlfriend her home decor is the reason I won't host a work gathering at her place. I'm M32, girlfriend F29, been together a year. She's smart, funny, a bit quirky, has a serious job with a good salary. Well, thank God it's serious. We have a great time together and generally get along. The only thing is her choice in home decor. It's bizarre. And it's not something you'd think a normal grown adult would be into.
Normal.
Her apartment is definitely a reflection of herself and interests. Not in the best way, though. She has a wall dedicated to animation in one room, Futurama pieces, and etchings of some weird triangle guy. Who the fuck is that?
I don't know.
Then there's a wall of framed, preserved insects.
Yeah, of course.
Tarantulas, beetles, and large stick insects.
Gotta have that.
I like the large stick insects. Let me say that.
They're cute.
Her bathroom has a subtle theme of ocean, pretty common, but instead of starfish or shells, she has a little anglerfish nightlight, a small vampiric squid painting, and then a framed diagram of what apparently is a goblin shark by the toilet. I would say a majority of her home decor and furnishings are okay. And the apartment's modern and sleek. It's just the random decor and juvenile themes like cartoons, insects, and ocean creatures is off-putting. So I avoid bringing people over to her place, especially people for my job, because of how juvenile it looks. Everyone's impressed when they see the high rise, but that fades once you enter. My office will hold casual gatherings. We get together for food, drink. We rotate hosts. My girlfriend suggested we host my colleagues here since she has a space. I told her I planned on skipping my part of the rotation. Seeing if the next person would be okay. She kept pressing. Finally, I said it's because her home decor is strange and not something a grown woman would have. And also that her insect wall horrified one colleague that did come over. My girlfriend got mad and said at the end of the day, it's not my space and these things bring her joy. She also said that she is indeed an adult woman, which is exactly why her apartment is decorated in such a manner. I love her, I do, and it's okay to have different interests, but does an adult really need to decorate with them besides a few things here and there? I mean, my own mother asked if my girlfriend was autistic after she saw the entire apartment for the first time.
Oh my gosh.
So, AITA.
It's I mean it's a little tricky, but like why does an adult have to have any standard of anything? Why,
Yeah.
if it's not like whatever behavioral norm or inconsiderate to anybody else or whatever, like I don't give a shit that you're dressed in Mega Man Hello Kitty stuff or whatever, or covered in bugs or whatever.
Yeah.
Bug wall.
I think that she said it where she was like, this is my apartment and I get to decorate it the way I want. It's like, yep, that's valid. I just don't want to have my work party here.
Yeah.
I'm not a big you should lie kind of thing, but he could have just avoided this whole situation by being like, Timmy asked me to switch with him. That's it. I'm not going to be doing the hosting this time around. And you keep lying until you have your apartment back, and then you have your party at your apartment, and that's that.
Is it possible though that you can be like, I'm going to say something, and I feel like it's true for me, and it might be true, but I'm upset that I have to say, like, I'm ashamed a little bit to say it. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the situation.
Yes.
I wouldn't necessarily lie because that can blow up in your face with who knows all kinds of unintended situations.
I don't know. I feel like this is a nice little white lie, personally,
No.
because if you're at
That's
the point where
wild.
you're moving in together, then you have to talk about the decor.
Yeah.
But this is her space. There's no reason to make her feel bad about where she lives.
I'm with
might
Radu on this.
She might get to go to other parties if they're hosting it rotation style or whatever. They'd be like, why we never do it at your house? And then she's like, I don't know.
Because you don't work here.
Well,
that's true.
my issue is that this is the way he's judging her is what I don't like.
I don't like that either.
I don't like
That's
it.
what's
I don't
not
like
okay.
that.
Yeah.
If he said more what Radu said, if he was just like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm insecure.
Yeah.
I'm insecure, and I fear my my fellow coworkers impression of me and how it will reflect on me that you have your eccentric decorations. And it's my own personal shortcoming. And so because of that, I don't feel comfortable having people here, and I'm working on it. I'd be like, that's really clean. I get it. It is a little bit quirky, you know?
Yeah, that's a mature response for sure.
But the fact that he keeps saying a grown woman won't do this, and I'm like, no, a grown woman definitely would. This is honestly like pretty low bar for weird too. I'm like, you need to watch more TV.
Also, at what age does an adult, like, children don't have their own places. So like only adults can decorate the way they want.
That's
at what
a good
age
point.
does a child
Well,
get
you
their
got
own
a
apartment and
room.
get to do things like that? Like,
well, I just don't like, I'm like, yeah, if she had like 8 snakes, you know, it's like, that's a lot. That's scary. That's, you know, I don't know. They're like, there's like, I feel like we've done a lot of numbers of things in this episode. She had 100 snakes. But like, yeah, I feel like the fact that he's basically implying that there's something wrong with her for having these tastes. And I'm like, no, it's not your taste, which is okay. And you're insecure. But like, I don't know. There's that book. There's a self-help book that's trending right now called Let Them. And I'm like, yeah, of course people are going to judge you.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to judge you. People would judge me for my horses and shit here. Whatever.
I mean, I just feel like there's like a disconnect here where if he feels this, first of all, the first disconnect that I'm not getting is that if she's that much of a fan of these things, like, does that not bleed into her personality and then like who she is around him? Like, how does this situation just equate to being an apartment situation and not like who she is altogether?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds, I mean, honestly, the more he described the the dings on the bathroom. She has an anglerfish nightlight. Oh no!
That sounds awesome, honestly.
Well, also, it's like, that's not overwhelming.
But combined with a portrait of a goblin shark.
Oh my God, a portrait. And a framed diagram. Like, there's 3 objects, man. You name 3 objects. Like, I don't know. What's the issue?
Yeah.
It's just like not.
Have you guys, we probably didn't have, but did your parents ever have a bug collection or anything?
No, man. What?
You know how that was like a trope though in TV?
bug?
In like nerds were known for having bug collections or
kind
something?
of like those wooden boxes.
Wooden boxes with a
come to
bunch of, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, so like that.
And they're pinned.
That was like a nerd trope in the 50s through 70s here. But in Romania, everybody had one. Like I don't care, jocks, nerds, whatever.
Bugs.
Yeah, and the school made you do it usually, a bug collection. And I was always like, what the fuck, what's this about? And you're like, oh, because bugs are free.
Bugs are free.
It's
They're
like
cheap.
a good way to make people
But
do
people
stuff.
collect them by like catching them?
It's fucked up. You can't catch them and then you kill them. You you shove a pin through it. And then, you put a little label that says ladybug or whatever.
It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Ladybug. Yeah, we know.
The
You don't need
smallest
to
bug.
label it.
Maybe they preserve them with something too. I don't know.
No, I definitely have heard of that. For me, it was the tropes of being Puerto Rican. So like the one thing my parents always had up that I was like my friends are gonna come over, and now I love it. It's like those signs that are like parking solo para boricuas, and it's like those parking signs that are just like you can only park here if you're Puerto Rican, but they look like the cheesiest like stereotypical trope of a Puerto Rican family sign.
Right.
The only Puerto Rican trope I know is that song from West Side Story.
Which one?
Where she's like, I want to be in America.
I want to be in America.
Yeah, I think too, so going back to your white lie idea, I think if it was early in the relationship, it just could get a little heavy. So I would be okay with a white lie if it was like, we're 2 months in. Now it's like, I don't want to even get into this with you, that I'm a little bit like insecure. Like I'm afraid of how it will be conveyed. That
I don't think that guy's thinking this. I think you're very emotionally mature, and this man, maybe that's what's happening, but he is not present to that.
What do you mean?
I don't think he's doing, I think he's worried about his coworkers judging him for it, but I don't think he sees himself as insecure for that. I think he just
he doesn't know.
Yeah.
He doesn't know.
It's a defense mechanism.
He might be experiencing it, but he doesn't know.
It's projection.
Yeah.
He's making it about her. it's easier for him to label her as immature and judge what she does as inappropriate or wrong than it is for him to realize that it's actually his own inadequacy
Correct.
and lack of ability to just, people do this constantly.
Yeah.
His values also just like bleed through with his statements where he's like, people are impressed by the high rise at first, but then they see her being
Liquid
herself,
face.
you know,
Right.
and they're like, whatever. So it's like, oh, so not only are you kind of dog shit, but you also surround yourself with vapid people that have
Yeah.
the same similar values. And
Yeah, possibly. Or he only sees the vapidity, the vapidness
Yeah,
in
yeah,
them
yeah.
because he's kind of being shallow himself, like, I don't know, there's a book I like a lot, which is called The Courage to Be Disliked. And it's just made me realize, like, yeah, certain people are not going to like you. And that's good. You want that. If everyone likes you, then you're probably just super fake and shallow all the time because you're going to lose people. Real ones, people with integrity, of course, people are not going to like you. Because you're going to do this. Sometimes you want someone not to like you because you're going to stand up for someone against someone who's being shitty or whatever, right? It's like the people who try to be perfect peacekeepers are actually assholes in a different way because it's like, well, you have no integrity. You won't stand up for anything.
They say if you don't stand up for something, you'll fall for anything.
If you don't stand up for a fucking bug wall, then you're going to fall for a frame diagram of a goblin shark. It's by the toilet.
Also, it is funny. It's like my mom has asked if my girlfriend's autistic. Yeah, your girlfriend's clearly autistic, and you're being a dick about it.
Right.
I mean, I feel like we throw that out so constantly. I feel like she's honestly, based on this
She might just be
description.
a nerd.
Yeah, I mean, she got a couple walls.
She's a nerd.
I don't even know. Yeah, like couple nerdy walls. No big deal.
Yeah. As you look at your wall.
My walls are all blank.
Yeah.
I got this.
your fireplace ledge is
Yeah,
what I
that's
meant.
all I got. Yeah. Yeah, calling everything juvenile. I'm like, I don't
hate
know.
that, right?
Yeah.
What if
Too much.
her apartment was like floor to ceiling decorated in like Catholic shit? You know what I mean?
Catholic shit.
Yeah, like
that's
totally, like icons
Yeah,
everywhere,
yeah.
little rosary, whatever. To me, I'm like, I feel like that would be juvenile. I would never be able to tell that to somebody that
Right.
was immensely disrespectful or whatever.
Right.
But it's the same thing. It's like you're just picking a thing you don't like and be like, you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, exactly. It's judging something that you personally don't align with to be juvenile, which I think is really unfair between insects and bizarre ocean creatures.
I think it would be worse if it was like basic. If all of this was basic.
Oh
it was,
my
like,
God, yeah.
Basic ocean creatures like fucking
Dolphins.
Yeah, like like that. I would be more
like
embarrassed of than like a
dolphins.
cute, kitschy, unique.
Live, laugh, love
perspective.
stuff
Yeah,
everywhere.
exactly. That's what I was
That's
gonna say. That live, laugh,
terrible.
love
In
shit
this house,
cringes me out.
We praise goblin sharks. We love.
That would kill me. I'd be so in on this chick. In this house, we praise goblin sharks and be like, I love it.
I'm literally gonna Google anglerfish nightlight.
You're gonna get it?
Hell yeah, I'm
I
gonna
like
get
those
it.
little anglerfish. They're down there, you
They're
know.
so cute.
And what other animals have lights? It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Kind of rare.
Fireflies.
Yeah.
Fireflies. Yeah. Do they fuck with those? What's up with that? Is that a sex thing with them?
I think so. Yeah.
Freaky. I got my light out for you, babe. You light me up. Yeah, I like those deep sea animals because they're just down there. They're not bothering me. People are, they're so scary. They're not. Well, how are you going to even get down there?
I think that's hell.
You think hell is in the deep sea?
I think the bottom of the ocean
that's
is hell.
interesting.
I mean, I don't think hell exists. I think
Oh,
all the
okay.
depictions that we have of demons in hell, it's just from people having seen fish a long time ago, just imagining how they live, whatever.
Hell.
Because fish, look, you ever pulled a fish out of the water? It's demonic. It's like the scariest fucking thing
They
ever.
have a vacuum. There's not a lot of warmth.
There's
to
like
them.
no emotion or whatever.
They got no emotion.
People make up that thing. They're like, they don't feel pain. You're like, they certainly feel pain. Everything
I know
feels
that's
pain.
everything feels pain.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
I mean,
Dolphins, I do feel like they smile, but those are mammals, so they don't really count.
Dolphins are bad. They're like,
They're so
they do fucked up
scary.
shit.
they're intelligent and they do fucked up shit. Isn't that crazy? The more intelligent an animal is, the more you're like, but they do bad stuff with that intelligence. It's like-
That's what
Yeah,
intelligence
exactly.
is. The ability,
Well, that's the
the
nature.
ability to do bad stuff in addition to good stuff.
Anglerfish.
To me, this is a thing of taste, and you don't have to agree with someone's taste. And other people might disagree with it, but like, I don't know, it's shallow. It's really shallow because
It's
like
super shallow.
there's people who I think have actually there's someone I know whose taste I don't like, but I can appreciate it. Does that make sense? Like, I don't like to look at it. It's not attractive to me.
But it's their own world.
Yes, like I recognize the craftsmanship in it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. Like I don't personally enjoy looking at it really, but I think it's cool that they've curated it. Does that make
What's an
sense?
example of that for you?
Like, this is someone who dresses in a way that I don't, to me it's gaudy or it's too much. But I'm
He's
like,
talking about me.
it's Radu. No, you're.
I see Radu in a
There's
Dead Hardy
a
shirt.
coherence to what they have that you don't.
Yeah, I know. I've never.
I'm very more. I like understated and minimal because I don't like any kind of like, look at me. It's that's gross to me. That's my personal taste.
Okay.
Keep it simple, but you know.
You let your personality do all that.
Yeah, I gross people out with the words I say. I don't need any kind of.
I don't need a flag.
I don't need a flag for that.
Oh my gosh. Dare I say that this guy is too shallow for her deep sea interest?
Whoa!
All right, Karla, we're cutting her mic. AITA for telling my girlfriend her home decor is the reason I won't host a work gathering at her place.
Yes.
On this one, I am like, no, you're repeatedly judging someone's taste as juvenile, which is conveying disrespect. That's my issue.
Mm-hmm.
It's not appropriate to feel that toward your girlfriend. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Break up with her then. If you don't respect her, then break up with her. Otherwise, it's time to grow up and man up and realize that this is a projection of your own insecurity. And for these reasons, I am at you're the asshole.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why men have podcasts. I agree that he's the asshole.
Whoa, I didn't understand that.
Because that was a very deep, intelligent answer.
Oh, I've never heard anyone mention having a podcast as a positive. I thought you were roasting me.
Well, I was roasting you. It was kind of like a double roast, but it was good what you said.
Well, I like
Don't
that.
be sad.
I
It
like
was
the
good.
moment where it felt like a compliment for a second.
It was a compliment.
Okay,
Maybe it was just a little too
that's
deep.
okay.
I think he's the asshole as well. But I do think he's the asshole for telling her. That's where my asshole's at. You should not have told her. I get that it's deeper than that, and I'm not a conflict avoider, but I just feel like this didn't have to happen at all.
It's classic conflict rules. You're breaking the conflict rules, which are conflicts should always be about I feel, me, not you are.
That guy's an asshole.
Love it. Guys, thanks for listening. Feel free to plug Radu and Karla. You know them. You love them.
Yay. Follow me on Instagram at fun_KEE. I got shows coming up. I post funny material. And now I'm a crafty bitch this year. So follow me to see all the things that I'm making with my hands.
Yeah, you guys got to see what she built for the prom. You post that on your profile? You got to post that.
I haven't. No, I have some pictures I want to like put together and make a post about it. It really is amazing.
You got to make a post about it.
I'm glad that, I'm sad that it's just kind of now gone.
It looks like the future.
It was about you. It was about what you're capable of. And it's a testament to that. And we're going to put a link to it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And if you want to check out a podcast I produced called The Executive Buffet, hosted by Johnny Pemberton, this last week we just started shooting in night vision.
Whoa.
So half the episode is regular and then the other half is scary.
Okay, I'm going to put that on. That's really funny.
That's amazing.
That's really fucking
It's really
stupid.
scary. Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, it's dumb. It's very dumb.
Wait, you're like in an apartment or are you outside?
We're in a studio. We're in a podcast studio that is purpose built for good vision and angles and lighting. And he's like, what if we turn all this shit off? And I'm like, I'm glad you're talented, because if a dumb person told that to me, I'd scream at them for weeks.
All right, guys. Much love. We'll see you next time. Bye.